Welcome back to the Love Link and another episode of where we chat about love and relationships. Today, we'll be discussing a topic that's pretty much the bread and butter of any solid relationship: trust. It's like the secret sauce that makes relationships work. But let's face it, in a world where social media is buzzing 24/7, trust can sometimes feel like it's hanging on by a thread. In this love session, we get into the core of trust, why it's crucial, how it can waver, and most importantly, the essential steps to strengthen it even amidst the digital noise. Settle in and let's talk trust. Because in relationships, trust isn't just a nice-to-have bonus, it's the foundation that holds everything together, folks. Now let's talk about something that's become a big player in the trust game: social media. Those little apps on our phones that seem innocent enough, but can sometimes stir up a whole lot of trouble in the trust department. One minute you're just checking your feed, and the next thing you know, you're knee-deep in comparison mode or feeling a twinge of jealousy over your partner's latest like or comment. And it's not just about the jealousy or comparison game. There's also the whole privacy thing to consider. How much do we share? Who do we share it with? And how does that impact our trust levels with our partners? So yeah, social media can definitely throw a wrench into the trust process. But hey, we're not here to bash the gram or anything else. We're here to figure out how we can work through this digital jungle while keeping our trust unscathed. Trust building strategies. It's time to roll up our sleeves and get into some trust building strategies. Because let's face it, trust isn't just going to build itself and isn't just going to magically appear overnight. We've got to put in the work and lay down a solid foundation. So, what are some key ingredients for nurturing trust? Well, let's break it down. Tip number 1, open and honest communication. Yep, it's as simple as that. This isn't just about chatting. It's about laying it all on the table, no secrets, no hidden agendas, just straight up honesty. It's about being vulnerable, sharing our fears and dreams, and truly listening to our partner's perspective. When we communicate openly, we're building a foundation of trust brick by brick. Tip number 2, setting realistic expectations. We're all human, right? We're gonna mess up sometimes, and that's okay. But by setting realistic expectations, we're setting ourselves up for success. Give each other the space to grow and learn together, but not to your own detriment. Tip number 3, being reliable and consistent. Showing up when you say you will, following through on your promises. It all adds up to trust. It's about being there for each other even when the going gets tough. It's about being someone your partner can count on. Tip number 4, empathy and understanding. Putting ourselves in our partner's shoes, really listening to their perspective. That's how we build bridges of trust. It's about seeing things from their perspective and being there for them, offering a shoulder to lean on and letting them know they're not alone. Tip number 5, appreciation and gratitude. Saying thank you, giving compliments, acknowledging the little things, it goes a long way in nurturing trust. It's about making each other feel valued and cherished. Tip number 6, setting boundaries. Knowing where each other's comfort zones are and respecting them. That's key to building trust too. It's about creating a safe space where both partners feel heard, respected, and loved. How can trust and intimacy have an impact in our relationships? Let's explore the impact of social media on trust and intimacy. From jealousy to comparison to privacy concerns, social media has a way of poking at our insecurities and shaking our trust in each other. In a dating relationship, it might feel like every comment or like is a potential threat, while in a marriage, it could lead to feelings of neglect or betrayal if one partner is spending more time online than with their spouse. We've got some practical advice for managing social media usage within relationships. Practical advice for managing social media. Establishing mutual boundaries and agreements. Whether you're dating or married, having an open dialogue about your social media habits and setting boundaries together can help alleviate tension and build trust. Being mindful of online interactions and their impact. Think before you post, comment, or like something. Consider how your actions might affect your partner and your relationship. prioritize quality time together. Perhaps most importantly, prioritizing quality time together without digital distractions. Whether it's a weekly date night or a device-free hour before bed, carving out dedicated time for each other can strengthen your bond and reinforce trust. Remember, the dynamics of relationships, whether dating or married, can influence how we get through social media challenges. But with open communication, mutual respect, and a willingness to prioritize each other, we can tread these digital waters and keep our trust flame burning bright. Let's talk about the tough stuff. Rebuilding trust after it's been shattered. Because the truth is, trust can be fragile, and once it's broken, it takes time, effort, and a whole lot of soul searching to put the pieces back together. Rebuilding trust. First things first, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Trust has been broken, and that's no small thing. Whether it's in a marriage or a committed dating relationship, addressing the breach of trust head-on is absolutely essential. Steps for rebuilding trust. So, how do we start the journey of rebuilding trust? Well, it begins with taking responsibility for your actions and expressing genuine remorse. No excuses, no justifications, just a sincere acknowledgement of the hurt you've caused. Committing to transparency and accountability. This means being open and honest about your actions, thoughts, and feelings, and holding yourself accountable for your behavior moving forward. Allow time for healing and forgiveness. Rebuilding trust takes time. It's not going to happen overnight, and that's okay. Allowing time for healing and forgiveness is crucial, both for the person who's been hurt and the one who's seeking redemption. Don't forget about seeking support from a trusted counselor or therapist if needed. Sometimes navigating the complexities of trust requires the guidance and expertise from a professional. Willingness to commit to the process. But the most important thing that we need to address is the willingness to commit to the process of rebuilding trust. When trust is broken, it's easy to offer apologies and promises in the heat of the moment. But when the real work begins, there can't be resistance or sabotage. What's the saying? You broke it, you fix it. Here's a crucial reminder, especially when it comes to rebuilding trust. It's not your partner's job to do all the heavy lifting. If trust has been broken, it's on the one who broke it to step up and actively engage in the process of rebuilding. The same energy that was put into breaking trust needs to be matched, if not exceeded, in the effort to mend it. It's your responsibility to make your words matter, to rebuild the trust you've shattered. Your partner can support you, but the work starts with you. As hard as it may be, the person who's breached trust needs to truly reflect on whether they're ready and willing to go on the long journey of regaining trust. At any point, it's okay to say, I can no longer do this. Honesty and self-awareness are key. Don't prolong the process by giving your partner false hope or leading them to believe you're committed to rebuilding trust when your heart no longer aligns with the journey. The road to rebuilding trust isn't easy, but it's possible. With courage, humility, and a willingness to do the hard work, trust can be restored and relationships can emerge stronger than ever. As we wrap up today, just remember, trust is worth the effort. Whether you're just starting out or you've been together for ages, trust is not just a destination, but a journey, one filled with ups and downs, twists and turns. Thank you for tuning in to the Love Link. Stay tuned for more insights and strategies to enhance your relationships and create lasting connections. Until next time, remember that love is the greatest adventure of all.